Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu coming from the Box Press Studio, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Good
Doing
man.
well.
It's Thanksgiving weekend. It's a bit of a limited edition weekend for the Canadians.
That's right. That's right. So speaking of, we are talking about the JRE Aladino Limited Edition. Cigars are Toro 6x52. Comes out of the Las Lomas factory in Honduras. Wrapper is Honduran Cameroon, buy and filler both from Honduras. Price point is $16. Cigars released in July of 2023. So with all that out of the way,
It's a
June, what
beautiful
was your
looking cigar right there.
yes. June, what was your experience like with the cigar?
I thought it was just average. I kind of felt like, you know, the cigar was just like half awake, like very uh very muted, very like it's got some nice qualities to it. It's like got some minerals, some sweet roasted nuttiness, cedar, but like all the flavors seem really muted, faint. And it was like that for pretty much all of the entire time.
Hmm.
Um, so
Hmm.
yeah.
All right, Seth, what are your thoughts? Sounds like you have a disagreement here.
I just think that June sounds a little half awake right now, but what the fuck? So no, I think this is a complex
I didn't even
cigar.
cut the cigar. I just lit it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just this is a listen, I think this is a cigar that grows. There's not a ton of transitioning throughout, but there's a nice bit
Mm.
of complexity and depth. It's got that Honduran quality that if you can get behind it, it's got this creaminess. um the Honduran Cameroon is a pretty funky flavor profile, and I think it's balanced out because it's with a larger ring gauge. It's balanced out by some of that filler tobacco, so it's just creamy graham cracker, leather, mineral, sharp spices. Starts out medium, probably ends medium full. I really enjoyed it. John?
Yeah, listen, it's a good cigar. This is a little more, I think Seth kind of mentioned it starts out medium, which I think it's a little more intense than a lot of JRE cigars, and I think that's probably a good thing for a limited edition. I think some people tend to go softer for limited edition and they kind of lean into it. So, first third, spicy hay, creamy spices, a lot of cream, bread, and wood, just, really kind of found its balance about an inch in. Really, and Seth I think said it as well. There's not a lot of transitions. Like some cigars have really sharp transitions. Like going into the second third, it was kind of more of the same. Really, the only change up for me was a little bit of mild dryness on the post draw, and then that sort of musty Honduran tobacco, which is just sort of a DNA fingerprint of Honduran tobacco in kind of the middle. Baking spices medium all the way through. Last third, kind of a little bit of a fall off for me. Creamy wood leading into it, and then bread kind of tried to add some complexity there, but the combination of the wood and then it took on some tannins, and then dry hay on the finish, just kind of really drawing on the palate, so it wasn't quite as nuanced or elegant. I had a couple issues with the construction, which is a bit of a drag. I had to do two touch ups. I'll get into smoking time, but like it could have been me. I had like just close to a 3 hour smoking time, which I looked
Whoa.
down and I'm like, did I write that down right? What the? So good value. Draw was slightly resistant, but really negligible. So yeah, pretty good, pretty experience all the way through. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar and a gritty mixture of earth and baking spice. Got some mustiness that joined in pretty quickly, and the baking spice transitioned to black pepper. Second third saw bits of cinnamon appear on random draws, and the final third saw the cinnamon depart and some light wood bitterness joined in. Construction was absolutely perfect for me, so no complaints there. Cigar had a nice profile through the first two thirds, had a nice fullness and combination of flavors. Final third took a little bit of step back as the cinnamon departed and some wood bitterness joined in to like a slightly drying profile. I think John, I think you may have mentioned that as well. Um, Another good cigar from JRE, and this Cameroon wrapper is just really impressive to me from what they've been able to put out with it. Price point's a bit high, but it still delivers a little bit of value with the smoky time and that overall experience. So I'd definitely be up to coming back to this one. All right, let's get into the scores. We are going to start at the top with Seth at 7.53. I gave it a 6.82. John gave it a 6.47. Jiunn gave it a 5.75. So Seth, how did 7.53 match up for you?
Listen, I love me a limited edition Toro Cameroon from Honduras for $16. So actually, those are some pretty damn good qualities for it. No, listen, I thought the cigar really, as I said, it grew as it smoked. It really had a nice flavor profile. It was balanced. There wasn't too much. There wasn't like too much of that like Honduran Cameroon quality, but it was there. So that was, I enjoyed that aspect. I think it's going to age well. I have this feeling that these cigars will really, really age well. Not that I have any, but if you have them, share them. Don't send them to Jiunn, obviously, but I mean, the rest of us, you should. We'll give you some opinions on it.
Yeah.
So, who's next? I know it's a while till someone. Oh, you're up there, Aaron. See?
Yeah, my 6.82 matches up well. I mean, it was good flavor profile for those first 2/3, perfect construction, gets it right near up to that 7 mark. So, yeah, definitely a cigar I'd come back to. John, 6.47.
Yeah, I think that matches up well. It's held back a little bit by some minor construction issues. So, like, if you took those out of the mix, I'd say it's a little lower than what it probably ideally should be for me, which would have been around that 6.65 mark.
All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
No, it's just I think quite the opposite, you guys. I think people should just stick to JRE's regular production Lanceros.
There you go. Final thoughts from you guys on this one.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that.
Yeah. What
Yeah, I wanna
what the
talk
hell
about
kind of
that.
comment is that? What is
No,
that?
no. So what's funny is I
You agree with him.
completely agree with him because, I mean, we
Me?
just recently
With me?
did the. Yeah, I completely agree with you
Yeah.
because we just recently did the JRE Aladino Classic Lancero, which I thought was better than limited edition. Now I'm kind of in the middle here on reviews, but I also mentioned in the review they should probably put up the price, and it's like, but you should put up the price of the Lancero, which smokes quite well, not put out a limited edition that's almost double the price. And like, it was a good cigar. Don't get me wrong, this is a good cigar, but having smoked the JRE Classic, I'm like, I would take the Classic 9 times out of 10 over the limited edition. I mean, that one time at a limited edition just to shake things up, but like, man, it's hard to justify that extra $7. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
could
just me.
see that. But sometimes you just don't want to smoke a Lancero, right? You need to
Yeah,
have
fair
a
enough.
little bit something else going on. So,
Fair enough.
Sometimes you need something bigger in your mouth.
yeah, exactly.
Ew.
Wait
I
till
mean, I will
the
say
big payback review comes out.
big payback, baby. Can't wait to review that. But like I said, for value, assuming you're not a guy who puffs a cigar down in like record time, I was just shy of 3 hours on this. So because we've smoked some big cigars that have been painful, like just boring. At no point smoking this was I bored. So, it's a pretty good experience.
All right, wherever you catch this video, be sure to like, subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. You can follow us on the social media channels and catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Edición limitada.